so kicks off Tranmere's most prestigious game ever. The dream which started the day they've been exited to stay in the Football League goes on. It's a case of close your eyes and think of Wembley. Early goal imperative to both sides. A 2-0 win will take it into extra time and Tranmere would win and away goals. Full house tonight. The big John King took over as Tranmere manager with only 1,300 fans attending games.
The Rovers, both fans on the clock, please move forward and let people in at the back.
And with a corner kick to Swindon Town. Summerby, regarded by the England under-21 manager Laurie McMenemy as the best crosser of the ball in Britain. Mitchell, the man they're going to aim for. Played off the line and Higgins happy to put the ball over the bar. Dave Higgins in the thick of the action in the early stages. Decoy run. It was Sean Taylor whose header took a deflection off the line. Again, Tranmere centre half to nick the ball. This time Vickers. Tranmere Rovers conceded a lot of goals from set pieces, mainly because they leave a lot of players up. They have 2 players on the halfway line, 9 inside their own area. Swindon changed the tactic. Nixon comes and catches very safely. That will give him confidence. Testing moments for the home side. Got to be climbing. Nixon did well under pressure from 2 players. So, frantic start. That's Tranmere's attack. Aldridge. The referee had blown early. Doesn't stop John Aldridge hitting the bar. Well, he certainly thinks that his gains against Swindon Town are fated at a distance. Here, Nolan. Morrissey to Nolan again, has space to cross the ball. Onto Malkin's head, and not too far away. Chris Malkin, regarded as John King as his form horse to play alongside the thoroughbred John Aldridge at the front. And that wasn't a bad header from about 12 yards. It had Digby worried. Pat Nevin. Higgins flies high. Time spur. Some very strong tackles going in the midfield. Morrison. Good return from Morrison. Good cross. Aldridge on the end of it, but straight into the arms of Fraser Digby. To support people in front of him wanting the ball, chooses the option of Ian Nolan. Morrissey, nice ball to Proctor. Proctor to the far post, Malkin climbing. And the goal kick given. But again, Chris Malkin showing plenty of aerial ability. He just couldn't get over the ball. Nicky Summerby. Tranmere going forward in numbers, leaving them rather short at the back. Ling exposing the space. Square to Moncur. Moncur has scored! And that can finish off Tranmere Rovers. It was a case of Tranmere going forward in large amounts. They had to go for goals. And now they're 3 goals behind over 2 legs. Just carry the ball forward and forward. Squared it into Moncur with a brilliant finish. The question is, has it finished off the Merseysiders? Ling laid it on the plate for Moncur, and he just had to pick his spot. Higgins, the centre half, and they become a heroic centre forward. Swindon with virtually everybody behind the ball. They've left Morrissey alone. Morrissey back to Brannan, tries the shot, and an excellent save from Fraser Digby. They're fighting back, but there's no way by Digby. Morrissey through 3 defenders, and then squared it to Brannan, thought about the shot, and it wasn't a bad one, it was a great save from Digby. It's going to be a Churchillian team talk at half-time from John King, a great motivator of players. He's going to need all of his motivational skills as well. Leading Swindon a merry dance. His cross-in beautifully finished by Mark Proctor. And plenty to play for. Digby stood no at all. Long way towards goal. Referee, Mr. Durkin, finishes 45 minutes of frantic football. John Moncur thought he'd seal the game with his early goal, but Mark Proctor has put a whole different light on it. 4-2 to Swindon Town on aggregate, 1-1 on the evening, and the tie far from over. So the Alps no longer, no shorter. Tranmere have the same task as the first half. They need 2 goals to take the match into extra time. Swindon, though, have wiped out that away goal advantage. Digby's lost the ball in the sun and cleared off the line. I think it was possibly going wide. He can't take any chances in that situation. Morris's corner. Taylor had lost it. Digby had come off his line, and a little cheeky back heel got it away. And again, the ball was it. The Tranmere players going for the referee, who's waving play on. They need to take positions up now for Morris's cross. A clear handball. Was it the case of ball to hand, the hand to ball? Morrissey again. Making it count. 10 Tranmere players all ran to the referee. Somebody's going to get booked. They all thought it was in. They all thought they had a better view than the goalkeeper. The crowd behind the goal was convinced it had gone behind. Digby seemed to pull it back. Well, we couldn't see. Of course, the whole of the ball has to go over. And Digby did a good job shielding the ball from everyone. Well, from this angle, it looked as though he pulled the ball back from behind the line. It looked as though it hit the post, and then he conspicuously rolled it back into his grasp. Aldrich to Morrissey. Again, he's had a series of sprints tonight. Going for goal. Oh, really? You get the feeling it's not going to be Tranmere Rovers' night. They won't get a better chance than that. Pat Nevin looks at the ground and swears at the ground. It was an excellent run, an excellent cross from away from the goalkeeper. And Nevin's side footer, I think he'll acknowledge it was possibly easier to put in than it was to miss. Nice space inside, squares it to Moncur. Charges up for a shot. Balls to Maskell. The goal won't count. The whistle and flag have joined together in unison even before the ball had reached him. Maskell couldn't believe his luck when he saw an open goal in front of him, but his joy was short-lived. Could have changed the face of the game. in the game, but he keeps going, keeps his head up high. And no one now will be more determined than the Scot to get a goal. It becomes a game, this time to his penalty spot, he's dropped it. Referee waves play on, Nevin, can he put it in? Yes, he can! And this, 15 seconds ago, and a goal which has changed the whole complexion of the game. That just epitomises the never-say die spirit inside Brenton Park. They could have sat back and sulked, they went forward, and this was more difficult for Pat Nevin to score. He kept his feet superbly and curled it around Sean Taylor on the line. Too much. Tommy Coyne still to get his first touch. Mitchell seizes on the mistake, squares it for Maskell. Can he finish it off? Brilliant save from Nixon. Can he make it the second brilliant save? No, he can't. And that, I have to say, has finished off Tranmere Rovers, barring a miracle. Craig Maskell earns the tag as super sub. Tranmere were left desperately exposed at the back. Higgins could do nothing about it. Nixon tried his best, straight back to Maskell, who quite gleefully side-footed the ball into the unprotected net. And that looks as though Swindon Town are heading for Wembley. Kevin Irons. Again, Swindon defending in even greater numbers than before now. Tommy Coyne gets his first touch. Back to Morrissey, who goes down, and it's a penalty! Well, what a game. There's a stunned silence around Brenton Park. Everyone's holding their breath. Coyne's first touch was a productive one, and Glenn Hoddle, the manager, brought down Johnny Morrissey. Now John Aldridge has passed on the penalty-taking responsibility to Kenny Irons. A huge responsibility on a young man's shoulders. Irons steps up, and the game takes another dramatic turn. Kenny Irons' fourth goal in 2 games against Swindon Town. And he's pulled one back for Tranmere. We're going to have Swindon break out with a little sprint. Certainly no tiredness in this Tranmere team. Manager John King has taken them away on golfing weekends to get them ready for these games. And they need to win it on the 19th hole. Everyone forward, and it just bobbles across the goal line. Proctor, I don't think, could make the final contact, but everyone held their breath at the other end of the ground as Proctor dived in. He couldn't quite put it on target. And there are 2 minutes left. How they're keeping calm, nobody knows. Minutes of added time. Brannan just sees 20 players in front of him. It's Moncler that comes away with it. He's going alone. He's going for a spectacular finish to this spectacular game. Is the final whistle of Tranmere Rovers season. Joyous scenes on the Swindon Town bench. They're going to Wembley yet again. A great night for Swindon Town. A great night for First Division football. Glenn Hoddle says he hasn't been to Wembley in 10 years. Well, he's going back to a ground which deserves his presence. But what an evening for Tranmere Rovers. It was just beyond their grasp. the great performances in the history of the Wirral Club. They were in the